What's going on, good people? Yours truly, EZDZ. One of the hosts of Chop Shop. Greg Dawson not following protocol.
Not at all.
He's supposed to set the intro off, but no problem. We'll move forward. To my immediate left, the world famous Reverend Coach Waldo. How you doing tonight, young man?
You welcome.
Doing it for Dade City as always. And to his left, the one and only AKA, the infamous AKA Ruff, Greg Dawson. Far left, yeah. He's not on the left though. How you feeling, young man?
I'm feeling like I'm supposed to feel with my hands in the number one person seat.
Okay.
By the way, folks, my name is Greg Dawson. You call me Ruff, and this is Chop Shop.
Thank you. All right, so we finna get into it, man. Special guest, actually made it in, covered this, a long commute, traveling, trying to get here. Come on in, bro, get your seat. We waiting on you, so we finna get this thing going.
No, you already got your chair.
I've always been intrigued with as far as say with the radio aspects, as far as say communication, like radio as you ride, traveling, going through your commute throughout, your day in, day out. And we've been rapping for a minute, finally we got to put this thing together. So without further ado, man, give it up for DJ Spaceship, to those on WMNF. Greg Bowers, how you doing, man? Appreciate it. So let's get into it, man. How did this come together? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was always intrigued. Like when you do parties, you got the DJ, you got the guy that's on the mic. And those are the ones that keep things going. So I remember like growing up in Atlanta in the mid '80s. Radio was big. We listened to all different genres of music.
Okay.
What got you into how'd that come together for you?
As far as DJing or just music as a whole?
We go music as a whole, just your intro. What got you into it?
To the music.
Like, music for me, man, it was Marvin Gaye. Like growing up as a kid, back in the day on Saturdays, weekends, your mom and them, cleaning, they playing that music, and I would hear all that stuff. Back then, hearing stuff from the '70s, the '80s, that was good. And then even in the '90s, everything. To me, the '90s was the best time for music.
Okay.
Rap, hip hop, it's the best time. All genres.
I'm glad the DJ said it.
Yeah, that's just my personal opinion.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. That's love.
Yeah.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
No,
that's
facts.
So
it's all facts.
as we get into that spaceship, as we continue navigating that, your path, you like the music. What made you say, okay, I want to start DJing? How did that come together?
Ooh, so I'm born and raised in Tampa.
Okay.
And I grew up in Central Park.
Okay.
And in the summertime, we would have they would have like block parties, and everybody from all sides of town would come through. You had Underwood Records. They would set up, the DJ. And so you see, I'm taking it back there.
Okay.
They would come, Eminem, Red, and all them. They're set up, and you had the West, you had the East, you had Central Park, you had different sides of town, and everybody might not really got along with each other, but the DJ was always the person that they was cool with.
Right.
And I used to see the DJ, he controlled the mood, he can make people happy, make them reminisce, make them smile, bring some new vibes to them, stuff like that. And to me, I seen that like a superpower.
Okay.
So at that point, of course I didn't have the money back then to buy, no turntables, nothing like that.
Right.
And that's when it was like truly vinyl.
Yeah.
Right.
Now it's all digital, which I ain't complaining. It saves a lot on my back, carrying and stuff.
I understand.
Them crazy get heavy.
Yeah. Listen, they tear your back out. Your gristle, tear your gristle up.
Yeah. You had to have a helper. Yeah. Somebody had to carry,
I carried crates before.
Okay.
I carried, it's kind of like a rites of passage, earn your keeps.
Okay.
I carried crates for some DJs before and stuff like that to get in the club. I was too young.
Right.
So I would carry the crates, get in there.
Supposed to be in there.
But we ain't gonna talk about that too much, But I was in there. I was
on blast.
But yeah, man, that's my introduction. That's what initially caught me when it came down to DJing.
You remember the first function you DJ'd?
Yeah. Yes.
Let's talk about that.
So the first gig I DJ'd, it was my brother-in-law's birthday party.
Okay.
And I had went and hung out the night before, got tore up, whatever. So I'm laid out on the couch.
You was bumping your own table, huh?
Man, listen. I was the table that got bumped. You see what I'm saying? I'm laying on the couch, and next thing you know, he come in there. Brother-in-law, wake up. What time is it? I'm asleep, And he said, today my birthday. I said, well, happy birthday. And I tried to go back to sleep. He said, well, I want you to DJ my birthday party. And I was like, my mind said no, but the money he put in my hand, I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
So it was at the complex out there in a town and country called Waterford.
Oh, definitely know about that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
That's what I heard. So.
That's what you heard?
Yes, I heard.
Yeah. But it was jumping, man. Like, it was all kinds of people. Security people was out there chilling.
Oh, wow.
They supposed to
Okay.
be working, but they ain't
They
working.
vibing, yeah.
Food,
Had a
music.
good DJ out there.
Hey,
DJ got him going.
that
Eye
was
candy too, huh?
plenty of that.
Yeah.
I had to keep my head
So I
on the
heard,
swivel.
so I heard, so I heard.
So you heard again?
I heard that
Oh,
one.
you got good hearing, man.
Yeah, I pay
But I
attention.
think-
I pay attention.
You got real good hearing.
But I always thought for me though, Spaceship, is that we have, it's a power, like you said, a superpower. When you DJ in events, functions, you control the crowd.
That's facts.
Everybody is like eager to hear what he's gonna play next.
Yep.
You hear something that's jamming and you got that good flow.
Where he
you know,
going next?
What he gonna put on next?
What
What
he
he
gonna
gonna
do?
put in with this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something. And I just know for me, like putting music together, because me and Dogs go back with the CD era.
Okay.
We create CDs back in the day.
Okay.
So I know when you put something together and you let me put this with this with this, and when you finish, like, okay, this is gonna kill him. I know this is gonna be
Try to catch them off guard.
yeah.
I'm gonna say this. Ain't nobody in the club thinking like that, D. Unless you a real music head, they ain't in there thinking about what's gonna go next. All they in there, I'm finna get me a drink, and when my song come on, I'm finna turn up.
That's the
That's
sign of the
that's-
era. Though. That's the era.
that's-
though.
That's what I'm saying. So never
the
go
sign of
again.
the
The
era.
era.
That's the signs of the time. So I would say you have purists who are in there like you were saying. Well, the purists would be more so what you were saying. They
Right.
listening. You know, like me, when I go places and I hear a DJ, I hear music differently than everybody else hear it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's
Right.
still the same songs, but like you said, I want to see where you're going, your transitions, and okay, what I may have done in
You're doing
instead
an
of.
arrangement. Or
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm already put my own production together in my own head, but then like you said, you got people, they drink, women, the music going, ain't no drama,
Yeah.
we having a good time. So it's a little bit of both.
So like for me, when I listen to music, I'm not really listening for a transition or the next song. Now, if I hear a good transition,
Right.
I know what it sounds like.
Right.
I know that was okay, he doing his thing.
He in there.
But at the same time, I'm listening to the music, the song that come on, more how the music structure, the song, the instruments, the more the music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not as far as a DJ. I guess I ain't never wanted to be a DJ or anything like that. But it's more of the music and the mood
Right.
that is setting for everybody.
How,
you know what I'm
how's
saying?
setting the room up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more of a.
But I think
They
that's
saying
But-
like
but-
controlling
but-
the
but-
crowd. So what do you do to kind of change that mood or get the crowd into a certain mood that you want to create? That's what I'm trying to do.
So one of my things that I like to do is whenever I have a gig, no matter how big or small it is or whatever, if it starts at 7, I like to get there at 6. I like to get there ahead of time so I can sit and watch the room and see what's coming
Okay.
in
Yeah, there
and
you
what's
go.
going on. I want to see how the floor is changing before I start putting my music on.
Right.
And as I'm watching, okay, I got these girls over there. Because, no disrespect to the fellas.
Right.
I don't really care about y'all dancing.
You ain't
I
supposed to. You're not
understand.
supposed to.
I totally
if you get the
understand.
girl-
I respect that.
You see what
I
I'm saying?
respect that.
Exactly.
I
So
respect that. I respect
if
that.
I can get this
I
girl,
heard the same
this,
thing you said you saw come in. You said something you said to women, right?
that's it.
what I thought.
That's it. So you got real good hearing. You
Yeah,
got some
I'm
real good
insurance.
insurance. I need his insurance. But yeah, I try to look and see what's in there, and then I like to go and do gigs when I can play, open format, all genres of music. So I can go old school, rock and roll, reggae, Afro beats, Spanish, and I like to see the reaction I get from people. Like for example, when I go and DJ, I was at CI this past weekend.
Okay.
Spanish people sitting over there in the corner. But they don't know my history that when I first started DJing, Latin parties and weddings was my biggest catch.
Do
Okay.
you speak Spanish?
A little bit. I should speak more than I do.
Okay.
But I went to Jefferson High School, so back then.
Where?
Yeah, Jefferson
The
High
University
School.
of Thomas Jefferson High School.
There we
Oh,
go.
on Cypress.
The University.
Oh,
The,
Lord, yeah.
the University.
Damn, you
I already knew. I just wanted to bring it up.
Waldo, we done messed up, man.
So we're gonna edit that out, man.
Keep that for good measure. But yeah, I mean, when I went to Jefferson, you was either black or you was Spanish, or you knew a bunch of Spanish even though you wasn't Spanish.
Right.
And so it's always a refreshing for me to play some music from a different community or different area, and people just be like, what? Like, what you know about that? The same way we'll tell somebody, what you know about that? And they hit me with the what you know about that, then that gives me a chance to go down the rabbit hole and show them, okay, we're gonna go here, and then being able to connect that and go to a different genre and keep it going at the same time. So
Okay.
What it say?
We doing the show, cuz. Hold on for I see.
Y'all on?
But we doing the show. Yeah, we
I
live.
thought we started. Oh, you on time?
Yeah, we on time. Anyway, I apologize.
We start. Oh, we on time.
Yeah, we on time.
As we all heard, I ain't gonna call him West Tampa's finest because he's a Cowboy fan, but we're gonna bring up the issue of time. You can pull up a chair, you get a chance later on too.
Now we gonna, man, forget what he talking about. Go ahead. I apologize, Ship. Go ahead.
now you good, but I mean, it's just always a good time to be able to like show people that you know about their music, their world, that stuff like that, and you're able to bridge the gap and connect different genres of music and stuff like that.
It's also marketing.
Yes.
They taught us that at the university. They don't know anything about that, but you're marketing to the crowd.
You're not just one dimensional, so they're not looking at you like, well, all he can do is hip hop. They expect, let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
They expect us to know hip hop. They expect us to know reggae and Caribbean. But for you to go, people fail to realize reggaeton, that's Caribbean too. That's Caribbean too. You see what I'm saying? So being able to play those different genres and stuff like that and show people you can hold it down.
But going to what Heavy was saying when we were talking about the eras of music, Heavy and I came up in an era where, well, they call it R&B, but we had soul music.
Funk.
That was a big part of ours. So when you transition to hip hop, hip hop now is everything is hip hop. We had R&B, you had, what we call the slow jams, the grooves. And so when we were talking about the different kinds of music, you said 90s. See, we had music where you actually had to use words to get chicks versus the music just pulling them in.
That's true.
So sometimes it set the tone.
90s they was
That's
using
true.
words.
And I think that, to me the 90s, I say that the late 90s, early 2000s was the last era where they was actually using words, having songs with meanings into it.
Right.
When you go back to what you're talking about, the soul, the funk, like James Brown is probably the most sampled artist of all
Not
time.
probably.
He ain't use his words.
You see what I'm saying? Well, we don't understand his words.
But you heard the beat, but the beats were
Only on the one, never the two.
There
So
you go.
it's me growing up as I dig into music. Like I love to hear like songs of today, and they sample songs of yesterday.
Right.
So I like to hear what the song originally sounded like and how they took it to where they got it to. Now all of them ain't always good,
a
but
lot of them ain't. But
yeah.
Good artists borrow, great artists steal.
I mean that's that's,
Okay, but I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna see what you have with you. Now, what hip hop song that you like that had a sample that was sampled? To me, I like Hypnotized beat because that was Rise off her album.
Okay.
A lot of people ain't up on that.
Okay.
And that beat was, and when they got on, they
right.
sped it up a little bit, but the beat was jamming though.
Tupac, Keep Your Head Up. That's got what Zap with All Right. You got Rakim Paid in Full. That's got a East Indian sample in that.
Also, Dennis Evans Don't Look Any Further.
You see what I'm saying?
Edwards, about to say that.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg.
But y'all forgot Juicy just like that when you brought up Biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into Me. So I mean, it's so many songs. Like as a matter of fact, I probably shouldn't say this, but I will. I have a folder on my laptop when I go DJ. So anytime I hear a song that's like a sample, I put it in there, and like sometimes depends on what's going on. In the middle of my set, I might just do like a quick 10-15 minute mash and just letting people, because some people still don't know. They think that what they're hearing today is the actual song, but then when you take them back and bring them forward, then they be like, oh, okay, well I didn't know and I didn't know. It's like, yeah, just give them a little history lesson.
I think the one I got the most of out of that was my younger nephews, younger cousins. It was a good day. Ice Cube.
I'm about to say, I was thinking in my
Footsteps in the
head,
dark.
Footsteps. I'm like,
Man, that's Cube.
I was actually in Tallahassee when that dropped, and somebody said, why do you got Ice Cube's song? And I ain't gonna tell you what I was doing at the time, but I had to look at him and say, boy, don't ever open your mouth and anybody know how stupid you are.
Man, listen, that Isley, them Isleys, period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even how you had Kanye when he had Jamie Foxx going there and sing and sound like Ray Charles.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then he sampled Marvin Gaye with Distant Lover. He put on a song called Spaceships. Right. So it's I love that kind of stuff.
You're
man.
right. Even that Leon Haywood, I want to do something freaky to you on that G thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You really got to be deep in your music to be up on that.
The Chronic was all part of a lot of the Chronic
we can bring it down to you because you got Ball Greasy done sampled a bunch of people. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't do this thing.
Get a couple samples, you know.
And then you slow it down, play with it a little bit.
Yep.
So how does you out here doing your thing? So after Jefferson, what do you do after Jefferson? You leave the university.
So
What's your next step after
after
that?
I left the university, I was supposed to go to college, but at the
They
time,
prepared you, didn't they?
They prepared me, but I didn't have the
Resources.
the resources, the right mentors around me to tell me go to college because I played sports.
Okay.
Got in an accident and lost a lot of scholarships. So
Okay.
instead of just going to just get a degree, all I seen was I wanted to be like Deion Sanders. I wanted to go to Florida State. I wanted to play football. I wanted to go to the Falcons. I wanted the Deion pathway.
Okay.
Was
Lost.
that Colorado?
No, I want to do that right there. I probably want to be up in
know
Georgia.
where it stopped.
No, it stopped right there. When he went to San Fran, that's it.
That was it.
That's it. He's
All
still my
bets
boy,
off.
but
All bets off. Okay.
I ain't want to go to San Fran. I ain't want to go to Dallas, and so on and so forth. But after that, I just did the usual. Go get me a 9 to 5. Doing a 9 to 5, and I started traveling. Lived in North Carolina for some time. Lived in New York City for some time, and just traveling. And when I came back down, like. What brought me back
Now,
to?
while you were traveling, were you DJing on the side or were you?
Nope. I hadn't even.
You hadn't been introduced to Slick Vic
I hadn't
yet?
even. Nope. Well, I knew about him,
Okay.
but I hadn't got myself into DJing at that time. I didn't start DJing until my older daughter. She was 19, so I say probably about 15 years ago.
Oh, okay.
About 15 years ago, and then like I said, I used to just do house parties and Latin parties.
Okay.
And one thing led to the next. Doing a 9 to 5, I came back from New York because I have younger siblings. So I was like, well, I graduated high school. I want them to graduate high school too. So I
that's
came
fair.
back, helped moms with that,
Okay.
and that was
When
that.
did you come out of the university?
01,
Oh, wow.
2001. I still got a little bit of milk back here, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. No, you good.
Little youngster,
You're
man.
ahead of your years just having attended that great institution, how I learned.
Well, my friends, when I was 15, my friends was 25. When I was 25, my friends was 50. Now I'm
Helped your
close to
music
50.
too, helped your music growth as well.
That it definitely did. That it definitely did. So I always, kept an OG or two around after I got out of high school and stuff like that, moving and I came back. I mean, had I had that then when I was in high school, like around that time when I graduated, then I probably still would have went to college and at least got a degree or something like that. But everybody pathway.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody got different paths, but that's the beauty of your
Nobody
journey.
had the straight line.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, if that's the case, then life would be. There'd be a lot of different things would be in business because everybody just do what they want to do and just there's no bumps in the road. You know what I mean? So I think something I want to ask you because when I first got here in '89. WMNF was on and played 88.5 play hip hop. So that was the Kenny K, Humpty Hump, early '90s, that era.
Shock G and them.
So a lot of music that you couldn't
You want to
hear,
put the satin on your panties.
right? You didn't hear on regular radio because, like you said, Deion. I'm originally from Atlanta, so in Atlanta you had a pop station that played, popular music. You had a rock station, but the big thing in Atlanta was V103 where they played a lot of urban music, but they'll give you some Hall & Oates.
Yeah.
You'll get some David Bowie every now and then. But I'm saying, but they were more.
They'll throw it in there.
But to me, and even if you back in that time in the '80s,
Yeah,
they played
music Waldo back then.
quality music, but you didn't really get a lot of white artists on black radio back then, even though they did.
But it's like you got John B though, like they always got a John B that's gonna come
Okay,
on
but
the
I'm saying,
radio.
but back then you had Hall & Oates, Bobby Caldwell, what you want to do for love? They were bumped
Bobby
there.
Caldwell ain't black.
No. Now, do you know the history behind the Do for Love, that album cover?
They ain't
Yeah.
want
You know the
nobody
history
to know he was
behind?
white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They ain't want
Which
nobody to
is
know
the
he was
same
white.
thing that Motown did when Motown first came out. You notice a lot of Motown record covers, they didn't have none of the artists on it.
Right.
Because if they would have known they were black, we already know
Tina
how
Marie, they do Tina Marie because
Yep.
she was white,
Yep.
and they weren't trying. But Rick James was so prominent in putting her out to the masses. Like this, we got something with this, and
This is
they
what
went
it
in and ran with it. Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I
And,
respect
and
that
let's
too.
not forget, she was extremely talented.
Oh, yeah,
despite
no
what
doubt
some
about
people
it.
Yeah.
will try to say that she's overrated. No, Tina Marie was extremely talented,
She was.
vocally as well.
Yeah.
So how does WMNF come together?
So
Well, you know,
WMNF,
she
as far as me being there,
Yeah,
or-
getting with them. Yeah.
so I have a friend. I call him. He's my brother. His name Tone Capone.
Okay.
And we started doing artist showcases and stuff like that. Homegrown artists here in Tampa, we would, have them come, let them perform. We had a show we used to do in St. Pete. We had one we used to do down in Ybor, so we had both sides of the bridge.
Okay.
And we was a part of a crew called Powerline. It was like 6 of us. I was the only DJ though. Everybody else was rappers. It was one singer. We had a seamstress, and then I was the only DJ. So as time went on, like we kept getting, notoriety. We was doing our thing. And I asked him, I say, what do you want to do in the next 5 years? He said, when I was in college, I did radio. It's something that I always wanted to get back to. So that's where I want to be at. I say, well, I'm going to help you get there. So we both started hustling, grinding. We came up with our own podcast. He had this extra room that was in the back of his house. We used to do the podcast there every week. And then next thing you know, we moved from there to Flow Ohio Studios, which is off.
Oh, that's Sergio.
Sergio.
Yeah, that's another conversation. Go ahead.
We talked about that off here.
Yeah, that's off there.
Now everybody curious.
Oh Lord. We used to be over there, and then one night, Concept texts my phone, was like, hey, look, I'm Concept, part of Saturday Night Shutdown, would love to have you come and be a part of the crew, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but shoot, even if he say no, I'm gonna say yeah because it's radio. Like I ain't never had a chance to do that. I DJ up to that point. I had DJed on radio, but I had never really got in there and try to figure that thing out.
Yeah.
And Tone got the same text message, and we started doing the Saturday Night Shutdown. So that goes from midnight Sunday going into like 3 in the morning. And then next thing you know, it was a girl. Her name was Musani Music. She had the 10 to midnight slot, and that came open. I went in, auditioned. Tone put his touches together on the proposal. I went in and sold it to the program director at the time. And as they say, the rest is history.
So what kind of music you play for the people out there? What kind of music you play on your slot?
Well, my slot that I have now?
Yeah.
So I do morning radio now. I started doing Waves of the Bay. We was doing Waves of the Bay 10 to midnight. But as a DJ on a Saturday, that's prime time making money time. So it'd be sometimes where I would not be able to be there, and I would feel bad because it's like I feel like I'm not pulling the plow along with my partner. Like we agreed to do this. He understood though. Then I became an employee there, and then I got curious. I was like, okay, the slots in radio that are the hardest to do, morning radio, rush hour, lunch. If you can do those time slots, there's no part of radio that you can't do. So I'm an employee of the station at the time. I'm teaching people how to use the board, how to edit, how to record. I'm like, well, I don't need nobody to teach me nothing because I'm teaching them. So the Monday morning slot came available, and I didn't know it at the time, but in WMNF's entire history, I think they've been there 46 years now, 47 years, 46. There's never been an African American to have a morning music show ever. I didn't know that.
Right.
And that wasn't the reason why I went.
Salute to you though, man. I love that, man. So let me what do you play old school or whatever? You got
I play
lighter?
Everything from Aerosmith to Zapp and everything in between. So you
Aerosmith.
You might come up on there and you might hear some Great Reporter. You might hear some of the Isleys. You might hear some Tupac. You might hear some homegrown artists here out of Tampa playing. And then sometimes what I do is I'll bring people in. I don't like to say small businesses. I like to say I like to bring different businesses in and let them get their shine on, talk they talk, put themselves out there, And so I like to make sure that I'm giving them the same platform because I'm at the end of the day, I'm a DJ. I'm still an artist.
Yeah.
So to be able to share my platform with somebody else, and their business might not blow up, but it does get them noticed, and that's what I'm all about.
Now let me ask you with that exposure you spoke of. What is it gonna take for radio in the Bay to elevate? Because my struggle is I spoke with someone, and being an old school purist of the music, I wish we had something where you had an old school station. I really think it's a need for that. So
when you, not to cut you off, when you say old school, you speaking old school like TMP? Like WTMP's be 1150, 1380.
I mean, something like that. Yeah.
Something you can turn on and hear like the Isleys, the Luthers, the Teddys.
Yeah.
So.
Or even you can even do like you say with the 90s. You can get a little high five, a little jagged edge. Silk.
Right.
Again, this is my personal opinion. The views that are being shared about me right now is me and not them. So y'all just, my personal opinion when it comes to that, we got to create it ourselves. Before 101.5 came about, they was a completely different, they wasn't just all R&B. As a matter of fact, I actually came up with that idea. I mentioned that to somebody before they came, like 6 months before that station came out. I mentioned to somebody. I sat down, I did my research. I said, look, from St. Pete to Daytona, Orlando, Sarasota, there's not a station that play only R&B. That's a lane that you can get in because with R&B, you can go to the 70s, you can go to the 80s, you can go to the 90s, you can go to the Like, there's so many different places you can go with R&B music, and nobody was trying to hear it.
Right.
So
People was trying to hear it. They didn't have nowhere to listen.
that part.
Well, you know what's missing? You gotta have a personality too. Not the music personality. Somebody has to have something that can. You have to be able to captivate the audience in between the music.
Right.
But I think if you playing good
really
music,
don't, though.
but if you playing good music,
Kind of do.
Yeah.
I mean, you
R&B music.
Because they can stream now. Because now you have streaming.
Like you said, that lane was so wide open. You didn't even need all you needed was the music.
So let me give you this. So all you got is the music, but you got somebody up there like Ben Stein playing Silk, Meeting in My Bedroom, or Boys to Men, Thank You, but it's Ben Stein, so it's Dry Eyes. Here is Boys to Men. So you gotta kind of have a personality to go along with it.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is the personality. It can't be Ben Stein, of course, but it don't got to be a great personality.
No, I said personality. Somebody can talk about. Somebody can even if they give a like Daryl can give a commentary on music. He can tell you about this song brings to mind when whatever happened, and he can transition to something maybe more political, whatever. But then he just says, "We'll catch it back on at the end of this right here," and he'll throw in something else that can give the people something to think about, but then also anticipate what happens when that next set of songs plays. He's gonna pick his commentary back up.
Right.
At the end
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. And it's even like to use myself for example, when it comes to the different music I'm playing. So like if I'm in an R&B set, now I'm going over to a go-go set.
Oh.
It's nothing better to be able to go into a go-go set, but not just play the music, but be able to have something you can tell the people. So the people that, you have go-go heads out there, they be like, okay, not only is he playing a jam or he playing go-go, but he might know a little something. That's all you need them to be interested in you.
Familiar.
Right, but it's more about the music than yourself. You see what I'm saying? And once people see you, for example, we're Falcon fans, we Dirty Birds. We already bonding right there. Sports, football first of all, and then we Dirty Birds, we can't do no wrong at that point. You see what I'm saying? So now you playing Spanish music or different genres and you're able to give something or teach somebody something about it that they didn't know, clutch. I get that all the time. All the time.
But see, I can just tell you got a vast knowledge, like you said, you spoke of your knowledge of music, and I think that's something that separates you because I hate to be like this, but with our people, they only limit it with one lane of music. So when you present it, cause see, like I'm 80, so I'm culture club. I go back with all that different type because that's what I heard growing up.
Right.
Not to say that I still want to highlight my folks, but like I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Simply Red to me is Holding Back the Years is a classic.
Holding Back the Years, Sunrise.
Now you ask somebody that graduated, say 2001, or say 97 to 2001. You ever heard of Simply Red? Who?
I'll be the one raising his hand saying, yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I know about that because, okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exhibit A.
Oh, I got you.
If it's the one, I might know it though.
Yeah, and that's the case. What happens a lot of times, like you'll hear songs that people would consider white songs or not black songs. You might not know the name of the song, you might not know the artist, but you know the words. You see what I'm saying? So when I was in elementary, I was listening to Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
Right. Ooh, what you say?
And how I discovered that is because, but we keep it clean. But how I discovered Pink Floyd is when I lived in Central Park. There was a blimp I seen one day in the sky, and it had a prism on it, and I didn't know what the heck it was. So when I went back to school, we had what's called quiet time with the librarian. I told her what I saw, and she said, just like this, and she came back, and I said, that's what I saw. Dark Side of the Moon, I think it's like 10, 12 tracks. I can listen to that beginning to end. That album is truly a ride.
But see, I listen to Ruff.
You probably gotta do an acid.
No.
That's good music.
Marilyn Manson, you might have to. Some of his stuff, but I listen to Marilyn too. Yeah, but Pink Floyd, that one is that's a good one.
And Heavy will tell you, I love Rush. Who else? I love
Kansas.
I love
Kansas.
I love
Chicago.
EZDZ.
Chicago, Van Halen, there's a lot of different music. That's why I say I really want to
The BG.
BG.
Oh,
yeah,
BG.
definitely.
Very,
Know
the
what I'm saying?
most
But that's why
underrated,
I'm
underrated,
I really want
underappreciated
to rap
group out
with you
there.
after this because my interest is so peaked with. I really think that's a lane that we could do something here.
Okay.
Where you played. If you did like one part of the day, okay, we're gonna do classic 80s.
Okay.
We're gonna do some 90s. You know, we're gonna do some funk, let a funk out, hip hop, different lanes of music. Where this way, hey, you know what? I say, hey, if I'm a funk dude, but I don't like this kind of music, but I know these times of the day they playing what I like.
Right.
That will get you people to get involved. Like, okay, well they got the funk out from this time to this time.
Right.
That's why I say I think it's a lane that's out there, man. We just gotta really. I want to really do the research, see what it's gonna take to really try to get something going because that's something we need to see. And then also with that, you can promote different things and have our people start doing these events. I even like for example, we'll even bring artists, and I got to get out of comparing Tampa to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because Atlanta has
it's a different money up there.
different, but they have a
Bigger history.
They can do something every weekend where they can bring different artists to come.
Atlanta,
Older artists.
This my city, but Atlanta could do something on every day that end with a Y.
Right.
Yeah.
Every day that end with a Y, they could do, and we can have that here too. So, for example, we have to build it, and they will come. So when I started doing my morning
Field of
radio,
Dreams, like, okay.
I first started doing my show. Jimi Hendrix is another one of my favorites.
Right.
So what I have now is called the Hendrix Mafia. So if they don't listen, my show is from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. If they don't listen 6, 7, they know at 8:30, 8:35 after the news, it's Hendrix Mafia. Everybody tuning in, everybody listening. You know, people calling, they texting, they email. So the same thing here, when you create those followings and you got that kind of lane and then you say, okay, well, this is where we're gonna take it to next. People, they're gonna come out.
So let's go a little more into the Hendrix Mafia. So what is the Hendrix Mafia? What is that? When
So-
you know they tune in at 8:30.
So the Hendrix Mafia is basically after the news starts at 8:30, 8:35 is done. I play 2 Jimi Hendrix songs. Give a little history on Jimi Hendrix. That's it. And then I give people a chance to call in and give me something that they know about Jimi Hendrix or an experience that they had with like going to a Jimi Hendrix concert or
On
some
the acid.
See what I'm saying? On the acid or the bath salts, you know, whichever you're gonna use. I call it Woodford Reserve. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So you already had somebody tell you that he played for Wilson Pickett, he played for the Isleys. And I can tell you who he don't like, but we ain't gonna do that on Daryl's show. But you know he had some beef with some people, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Who?
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh yeah, a lot of them. But listen, I don't want to make this.
He was a guitarist with.
I don't want to make this abbreviated. Do this from if we can. November 17th.
Okay.
I want you back. We're gonna do 6:38, full hour and a half. Cause right now we in the middle. We're in the middle of Buck Nation.
Okay.
And they finna get ready. Shout out Shanisha, Franco, Kato, West Tampa.
Who those guys? Who those characters?
I got Franco's first drink too. So Franco, I got your first one for your birthday. So we're gonna recognize those that keep the lights on. But before we do, any shout outs you want to give, man?
Man, I want to give a shout out to, first of all, the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Shout out to my kids. Shout out to Tone Capone, my WMNF family, my Space Cadets. Shout out to my Hendrix Mafia, and shout out to y'all for having me, man.
Okay, and we got DJ Pun doing this thing
Even more.
in the building. So
Yes, sir.
we're gonna recognize those that keep the lights on. We're gonna come back and do rapid fire with you real quick and get everybody ready for the 7 o'clock game. So every show we do dedicate to my man Will D. Go check his line, Cigar Life, CIGARLYFE.com. Got a lot of good stuff on there. Roughly everybody know what you got going on, brother.
Greg Doss, DJing attorney, pro se consultants, and we help people navigate to sometimes arduous journey of self-representation for the guys to the right. But also Thursday, I anticipated delivering a pretty delivered speech to the city, the Tampa City Council. I'm going to reserve it for this week. But check me out at about 10 o'clock on Thursday. I'll be in front of Tampa City Council, but you can check me out at GD on YouTube at GD Greg Doss, GDNAPSC. We have receipts. best pro se litigant in the country.
He do everything, guys.
This side of the Mississippi.
What you call him?
No,
Both sides.
Yes, he didn't go to university.
He ain't go to university?
That's why he said in the
Pull up
country.
That's a
Oliver Pass to the
prestige college, though.
813-443. I'm still with the 4730. Yeah, he down with the Bucks. 7101 North 40th. Go check him out. OliverPassCenter.com. We got good for the low end. They do all kind of stuff with your car.
Great work.
Elevate Designs. You need the t-shirts. Go check them out. 813-400-7015. Check them online. ElevateDesign.net. Wingstop. 10 locations throughout the Bay Area. 2115 East Hillsborough. What's that close to?
Alabama.
Club Alabama.
What they do there,
Dancing.
though?
Okay. Huh?
What did you do at Alabama?
Oh, amateur dancing. 10019 North Dale Mabry. We got 4216 South Florida. 14915 North Florida. 8436 West Hillsborough. Down about the University. 107 South Dale Mabry. 2776 North Fowler. 1219 Bruce B. Down. 23048 Florida Highway 54. And Chop Shop headquarters 9305 North 56th Street. Next one, please.
I'm just asking a question.
What you got? Okay, there we go. T&W Air Conditioning. Go check my man out. Tavern Baptiste. 813-294-9541.
I love Cowboy had every day shirt or something.
Hey, if y'all don't mind, we trying to get the show finished, man. Yeah, this ain't Belgrade. Calm down, guys. Please. Okay. Next one, please. We got T&W Action to pull the
He
last
said
one.
that, Bill. Go ahead.
S&C Pool Service. Go check them out. If your
If your pool ugly. Your pool ugly.
Okay. 813-802-9496. SNCPoolServices.com. Go check them out. Tampa Tent, Paul Archery, 813-408-9112. Tampa Tent Shop at gmail.com. Next one, please. Okay, Ike Brown, go check out Romance Writer, Children Books, 656-212-210-7012. Instagram, Brown Girl Books 2025. Okay, Zay Cuts, go check them out, 5209 South McDill, 727-944-6525. Okay, Vid Hero Tampa Bay, Donald Stokely, DJ Photographer, 813-330-0104. Shavonda Nicole, beauty instructor, medical esthetician. Check her out online, Instagram, AE_SKN care. A little different. Cupcake City, okay.
Absolutely, man.
You want to go ahead? You want to let you know?
No, sir.
All that holler, you don't want to say nothing now? Okay, that's cool.
You told me to be quiet.
I didn't say be quiet, I didn't say one in Belgrade. Now you being petty, okay.
I had to get you up and start getting under the speaker.
Okay, hold on, we're gonna get you. Go check about Chef Al, Instagram, Cupcake_City, 813. Best cupcakes known to man. Go check them out, 731-6163. Go check them out. And if you eat too many cupcakes and get in trouble, IT bail bomber will bail you out of jail. 813-231-2663. Go check them out. Salita's House, my homegirl Ice, good folks. Personal financial education, home buy education, credit counseling. Go online, www.salitashouse.org. Okay, last but not least, Tampa Snow, Shaved Ice, 813-990-0470. Got some good deals, a lot of good flavors. Go check them out. We're gonna take a quick break. Give us like a minute. We do own the right to this music by AMG Polo. We're gonna do rapid fire with DJ Spaceship. We're gonna get ready for this game.
salt water. Bro.
Okay.
Who the first girl you
We're gonna
knocked
wrap this
off?
thing up as we do rapid fire. Let everybody know what you got going on with Kings Care Waldo.
Man, y'all check us out, man. Kingscare.com, care with a K. Made for a king, made by a queen. Check us out on Instagram, Kings_care with a K. Kingscarewithak.com. You can check us out in Brandon Mall, on Amazon. Also on.
What y'all got though?
We got shampoo, conditioner,
What else?
beard
wave
oil,
Pomade.
beard conditioner, beard wash, and a little pomade.
There we go.
Got a little
And the
pomade.
beard oil works. I just happened to make a mistake when I was shaving. But
Oh man, took it off.
Okay, Spaceship, favorite all-time movie.
Shawshank Redemption.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Shawshank Redemption.
Went back there.
Followed up by Harlem Nights.
Okay. Favorite food.
Seafood crab legs.
Crab legs. Okay.
They got dummy crab. They got all you can eat crab.
Out there in by what is it?
Tampa.
Yeah.
By Crunch Fitness.
Peabody.
Yeah.
Right next to
Tampa,
Peabody.
okay.
Yeah.
Biggest pet peeve.
Do what's right even when nobody's watching.
Okay. Road trip. You can take 3 musical artists living or dead. What's your 3?
Marvin Gaye, Marvin Gaye, Marvin Gaye.
You ain't got no 2 others. I mean,
Give me Marvin Gaye, give me Stevie, and give me Andre from Outkast.
I am Outkast. Even though I know you a Falcons fan diehard. If you could, give me your Mount Rushmore Buccaneers. Give me 4 of them.
4, Warren Sapp. Let me see, Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch, and Mike Evans.
Okay. All right, that's good stuff. So I want to thank you for coming on Kick With. And before we get out of here, man, on a more serious note, man, prayers to the family of Doug Martin, man. I don't know what transpired out there in California, but gone at the age of 36. And I sit back and think about it. I saw Jerry McCoy put a post out, man. He done lost Vincent Jackson, Mike Williams. He had 5 teammates they played that lost. And these are young guys. They're not even 40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
James Adams used to play for the Bucks. He,
Exactly. I remember him too. James Adams
Adams,
passed too, had a heart attack.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get out of here, man. Get y'all ready for this game. Next week we got
Appreciate
Marlon
you coming
Regina
on.
Lovin coming
No
on,
doubt, man.
Pills Barbecue. We definitely
Thank you
gonna get
for
into that.
having
Hopefully Marlon brings some of that good brisket with him when he in the building with us. Not gonna
Well,
throw that out. Don't throw that message out there.
in my words, ain't you proud to beg, always?
Yeah, no. hey, got my hands like cups. So yeah. So we finna get out of here, man. DJ Paul, we finna crank this thing up for this Bucks Lions game, as we always do, man. Who's got it better than us, Waldo?
Nobody.
Keep God first, love your family. When you see us, holler. Good night. We gone. Crank up, Pun. Let's go.